Welcome to this soul-lifting broadcast, which has been put together for your spiritual growth and to make greatness common right where you are. Be sure to make the best of this moment as God takes the lead in all that concerns you.
Genesis chapter 2, I'm speaking tonight on what I've titled, It's Time to Recognize. It's time to recognize. Let me look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, say, you better recognize. Yeah, it's time to recognize. Genesis chapter 2, we started last week from verse 8, and we read about how God created man as an embodiment of value and all the things that went on, in between verse 8 to verse 15. And in verse 15, God started to talk about the man that he created. I would like to read verse 15 down to verse 21, and I'll say a prayer. Genesis chapter 2, verse 15 down to 21. Then the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to tend and keep it. To tend and keep it. So we said Adam was a single person and was a CEO over God's biggest enterprise as at that time, which was the garden. Because all of God's resources was invested in that garden. Everything that you can think of was there. And Adam was the CEO to tend and to keep it. So from verse 16, and then the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. Verse 18, and the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. So the issue of thinking about relationship or about getting married or about not being alone was a conversation that started from God himself, not man. Verse 19, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called them, called each living creature, that was its name. So Adam gave names to all cattle, to the birds of the air, to every beast of the field. But for Adam was not found a helper comparable to him. I pause again to say, it means that the whole idea was about finding a helper comparable to Adam. Because the Bible says after he named everything, can I pause to say this, guys, you need to fix something for me here, right here on the stage that's making some noise. Stevie and Steven, or the Steven, please do something quickly, very quickly. All right. So the idea was that what God was after was about looking for a helper that is comparable to him. That was why Adam named all the animals. And verse 21, when the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which the Lord has taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Lift your right hand with me this evening. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the supply of your spirit, for an unusual teaching and preaching grace tonight. And we thank you for the word tonight that will find entrance into the heart of everyone. Everyone here live and everyone who will interact with this message after now. Everyone online will receive grace over everyone to come into a full understanding of your original intention concerning marriage and relationship as we fellowship together tonight. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for your presence. We acknowledge, we recognize your presence, and we ask that you have your way in the midst of us. In Jesus' name, amen. It's time to recognize. Again, look at your neighbor for me and say, you better recognize. The first thing that you should recognize tonight is that you are made for connection, not isolation. So don't get used to isolation. You're made for connection, not isolation. God created Adam, gave him a job and all that. And it was not God's idea, but it was Adam's idea. It was not Adam's idea, it was God's idea that man should not be alone. We say it all the time, that marriage was not a man's idea. A sense of connection. Every rational human being should have a sense of connection and must do everything to protect that sense of connection. It's part of what makes us human. Are you still with me tonight? Yeah. It's part of what makes us human. At Hangout last year, I was demonstrating something with a phone. And I said, when you see a phone that has lost its power to connect with a signal, it's no longer a phone. You can use it as a camera. You can also use it to listen to radio. You can use it as a torchlight. What else can you use it for? Calculator, stopwatch, and many other things. But if the original intention of the creator of the phone is for the phone to be used as a communication gadget, then that phone can no longer fulfill the original intention, which we call purpose or destiny, as the case may be. And that's how some people are today. Some people are losing faith or losing, confidence in their ability to connect, ability to get into a relationship, ability to sustain a relationship, ability to have a lasting marriage. Some of us have heard all kinds of stories of woes that have, kind of cornered us into that place where now we don't even value marriage again. In your mind, you're thinking, if I marry, fine. If I don't marry, it's okay. It's just okay. And some young people today, or singles today, have made up their mind they're not going to marry. Yeah. And if you ask them, they say they just want to be different. Yeah. It's not important to be different if your difference is going to make you a fool. Yeah. Because when you do something that you cannot explain, when you take a position that you cannot defend, tell me who you are. Because you've lost your power of rationality when you cannot rationalize a position that you have taken. It's like you are following some people, or you've just lost something. You've lost touch with something. And that's what I'm trying to point out tonight. It was God that said, it's not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper that is suitable or comparable to him. So you're not supposed to be alone because you cannot do everything by yourself. That transcends marriage into every aspect of life. When God says it's not good that man should be alone, it's not only in marriage. There's serious power that God has invested into synergy, for instance. That for instance, when scripture says two are better than one, they have a good reward for their labor. One will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. Yeah. In business, it's the same thing. When you partner, when you look for somebody going the same direction, and you're able to harness your resources, and God just blesses it. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Psalm 133 from verse 1 said it's like the oil that is poured upon the head of Aaron that flows down to his beard and down, to his skirt. He said in that place, God commands his blessing. Message translation says, how beautiful, how wonderful when brothers and sisters connect. Or when brothers connect. How beautiful, how wonderful. There's power in connection. You must not lose your quest for the right connections in life. It goes beyond man and woman relationship, but just to be that kind of person who wants to maximize destiny by looking for the appropriate connections. And I use that word carefully because the way you use it in Africa is different. When you say connection, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. We mean long leg. We have all kinds of words that we use for it. And it's when you want to take shortcuts, when you're looking for somebody to help you to take shortcuts. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real, authentic connections that the scripture talks about that can take you to where you're going in life. So if you want to get married, you need to enter into your marital or your rest about your marital destiny. God already had it in mind. He already had it in mind. Adam did not go to God to say, God, this garden, see how big it is. Only me. Walk from east to west, south to north. Only me. What are you doing about it? No. Adam never said that. He was having a ball. He was enjoying himself. Look at your neighbor. Tell your neighbor, enjoy yourself. Say, enjoy your single life. Say, you're good by just the way you are. You're good. Yeah. So enjoy your single life, but get into appropriate connections. Yeah. Have friends. Male and female created Eden. Male friends, female friends. Just have friends. As you enjoy your single life, have friends. Enjoy the concept of connection. Maximize the connections that God will bring into your life. Connections at work, connections within family. It's dysfunctional for somebody not to have any close family contact. And that you don't talk to a lot of your family members. I mean, as a pastor, when people come to me and they need help, and I ask them about their family, and they say, all the people in their family, they're all knuckleheads, I don't talk to any of them, I don't need them, and now you need help. Sometimes in church we tell ourselves we should not indulge people who have, how do I put it, who have taken for granted godly institutions that God has put around them. Because if you pay attention to your family, nuclear and extended, it's not likely that you'll be stranded. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah, they watch your back. Primarily, that's their assignment. And if you nurture those relationships very well, then you'll be able to nurture the other relationships that God will bring into your life well. Tell your neighbor, don't be alone. So take care of your connections. So, let's get back into the scriptures. And the Lord said, Genesis 2 and verse 18, it's not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper that's comparable to him. The next thing that happened after then was that the Bible says out of the ground, the Lord formed every beast and the birds and and all that. And he told Adam to name them. Brought them to Adam and said, see what Adam will call them. And whatever Adam called them, called each living creature, was its name. I want to get into this chapter of Genesis very well today. Adam called them, whatever I called them was his name. The exercise started here. God was testing the power of recognition. Giving Adam the opportunity to demonstrate or to exercise his power of recognition. Yeah. God could name everything that he created. He didn't need Adam to name them. But Adam had a very big, big capacity, mental capacity, emotional capacity to recognize things. All the people, the situations, the circumstances, the human and material resources that God is bringing into your life now, how are you naming them? What are you calling them? Because if you call a goat a lion, you have created a problem for us forever. You can imagine if Adam had called, if he had called the ant lion, we would have been running away from the ant. Because a lion, could know something, or the ant will have, I don't know. Let me not juggle your mind with that. But this is where I'm going. Let's focus on you. Let's leave it down. All the things that God is bringing into your life right now, human, material resources, everything, what are you calling them? Do you have the right name for them? Are you able to properly recognize them? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because things are not always going to be in their finished state. You need the power of recognition to be able to see things at their raw level and call them the appropriate name. Adam had a huge ability to recognize. And it was a God-given ability. And you have it, and you can sharpen it by the Spirit. That's the challenge I'm throwing at you tonight. Many people, many singles have called the person that God is calling wife. You've called the person all kinds of names. Yeah, I don't want to say stuff, but you've called. In the same way, there are ladies who have called a husband a he-goat. Yeah. Supposed to be a husband, that's the name that God, that's why God brought this person around you, but it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Some people have called the husband the Yoruba demon. Yeah. Meanwhile, God created him a good spirit. But he gave him a different name. You know, there are so many names flying around, especially here in Nigeria. What are you calling the things that God, the resources, human beings, and many other things that God is bringing your way at this time? Because God brought all this to Adam, and whatever name he called them, that's the name that he bear. Whatever name you call it, that's the name that it will be to you. Verse 20, the Bible says, so God gave, Adam gave names to all cattle, to all birds of the air, to every beast of the field. But for Adam was not found a helper comparable to him. That means the exercise was not a naming ceremony. It was exercising the power of recognition for the sake of finding a mate. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. For the sake of finding a helper that is comparable to him. Yeah. Because when you see it, you just think that Adam and God, they were just partnering together. God gave him some assignment, and he just did it. He named all the animals, and that's it. No. It was a process. And God will want to take all of us through this process. If he took the first man through the process, he will take you through the process. What are you calling? You know, what God is bringing into your life right now. After Adam did all this, one thing that then started to happen was that God looked at Adam and put him to sleep. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And he slept. Somebody say it's time to sleep. Not right now. Don't sleep on me. It's not physical sleep. I'm talking about you entering into a place of rest. Entering into a place of rest. The Bible says, and he slept, and he took out of his ribs, the Lord God caused sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took out of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which God had taken out, he formed into a woman. It's difficult to fulfill your marital destiny without entering into God's rest for your life. It's very difficult. So being a relationship hustler is an invitation to frustration. It's okay to hustle for business and also to be on top of your career. But you are not supposed to be a relationship hustler. It's a recipe for frustration. It's a recipe for frustration. So a serial dater does not display a mindset of peace. A serial dater does not display a mindset of peace. Dating serially or recklessly exposes you to odds and many other issues, you know. You just become a basket case. It's not a good route to go. God will bring people around you. You need the power of recognition. You need to be able to recognize who they are. God will bring you into seasons, and at different seasons, it will send different kinds of people into your life. What are you calling them? Because the person that you call a proper name today may be the person that will connect you to your next level tomorrow. Is somebody still with me today? I was just having a discussion with a senior friend this afternoon and was talking about one presidential candidate in America who was in a restaurant, and one of the notable presidential candidates who never became a president. And this guy spoke rudely to a waiter and just washed the waiter down and all that. But the truth was that the waiter was still the one serving them and all. And the waiter was eavesdropping on their discussion. And the waiter heard what they were discussing, because this was a high-level, discussion and all that. And it was the waiter that eventually leaked something that they discussed to the opponent that made him lose the election. Yeah. Look at your neighbor for me and say, treat people well. Yeah. You need to recognize the people around you The people that God will bring into your life, and treat them well. Treat them well. And one of the ways that you do that is by entering your rest concerning your marital destiny. Entering your rest concerning your marital destiny. God didn't put Adam to sleep about anything else. Note that. About anything else but about his life partner. So he doesn't want you fretful about that. Read through the Bible. Read through the life of Adam, the first man. God did not put him to sleep about any other thing apart from when he wanted to give him a partner. He had to put him to sleep. You have to enter into your rest. Don't be a relationship hustler. Yeah. Don't be a confused. Don't be over prolific where you're not supposed to be. Yeah. Don't be a confused. Don't allow, this to confuse you to the point where anything goes. Call it any name. Just show up. Let's do it. Let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. When you do so much of that, what happens to you is that your mind is everywhere. Yeah, your mind is everywhere. You're not able to concentrate and think straight to be able to make rational decisions before you recover from one date on another one and another one. It's not about the number of dates. Yeah. It's about hanging out with the right people. Say amen, everybody. Amen. Somebody getting something out of this tonight. Yeah. So enter your rest and allow God to work in you and for you as far as getting a marital partner is concerned. Can somebody say after me tonight? Say from this moment, I'm entering into my rest. Say no more fear about my future partner. Say no more fear about my marital destiny. I'm entering into my rest. I want to cease from hustling. I want to put everything in the hand of God. Glory be to Jesus. I said, glory be to Jesus. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, say, I'm peaceful about my future. Say, it's all in God's hands. And He's a good God. And He's a faithful God. Yeah. When people also know that you are a hustler, relationship-wise, they want to take advantage of you. Yeah. There's something good about getting to a place and making everybody feel, look, so everything is under control, we're good. Yeah. We're not hustlers about this matter. Praise God. All right, let's move a little further. So if you're refusing to be a hustler, then you need to depend on God to give you a power to recognize. Somebody asked the question, so Pastor, these days where as a lady, you get so many guys trying to ask you out, how do you know who is the right person? How do you know who is the right person? How do you know who is the right person? Sometimes God brings people to you, but you don't identify them as the blessing that they're supposed to be. You're creating a problem. When all the animals were brought to Adam, what happened? Adam gave them the right names. The moment God brought Eve, Adam, with the power of recognition, having exercised that power over many animals in different situations, what was his statement? He says, now, at this point, I recognize. This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of me. Don't forget, he was sleeping when he was taken. When she was taken. But yet she was able to recognize that this is the one that is meant for me. This is the one that is like me. This is the one that we're going to do life together. And tonight I want to dwell in the remaining time that I have on some of the things that you need to look at to just stir up that Power of recognition. So, when Adam looked at Eve and said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, Adam saw value in her and value in himself. Last week we spoke about seeing value in yourself. The value that you have not seen in yourself, you can't just oppose on somebody else. You can't put on somebody else. That's why we say, if you don't love yourself, you don't have the capacity to love other people. Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. If I see something and I'm excited about this person, and I say, this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, that means my bone is valuable, my flesh is valuable. Yeah. I can see value in myself, and then I see value in the other person. Adam demonstrated a sense of value and respect for Eve by acknowledging, Adam showed this level of respect for Eve by giving her a sense of identity, equality, and a sense of belonging. This is now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of me. Yeah. In that statement, you see all these things. A sense of identity. Adam was the first person to speak to Eve. Eve was clean slate. If you have the opportunity that Adam had, that a woman is standing in front of you as a man, and this woman, let's assume, had no sense of identity, given the opportunity to speak into her life, what are you going to say? Many men have programmed women sometimes and given them a sense of identity that is not theirs. When a man sees a woman only as an object for sex, if the woman has not gotten her own personal sense of identity given to her by God and through her parents and the environment where she grew up, you have programmed that woman wrongly. That's why when people are abused earlier, before they got a sense of identity, people who are abused if somebody's abused as a child, if nothing is done quickly to correct it before that escapes into adulthood, it affects how they see themselves. That's why such people, usually will struggle with their sexual identity, for instance, and they just go on a rampage and do all sorts of sexual escapades with their lives. Guys, listen to me today. That woman that you're dating or that you want to date, that picture on your mind of a woman should not be that picture of, an object, for sex or for recreation or a trophy that you want to show around town. See my yellow car or my yellow babe. Yeah. That's the way men demonstrate, trophy. Students of men, they can't go to certain parties except their wife is present because it's the wife that they wanted to go and show off. Yeah. Because the wife is just a trophy. I'll tell you, if you don't follow me to this party, there's no allowance for you at the end of the month. Yeah. Because you have robbed me of something. Guys, we need to be careful. Can you leave that slide there? I want the guys to keep reading it. Leave it there. Yeah. Yeah. So, Eve wasn't seen as an object for sex and recreation or a trophy. Young men, listen to me. It's important for you to understand one thing. If the only picture in your mind when you think about a woman is sex, you have a problem. When God created women, what he was thinking about, he said, let's make for him a helper that is comparable to him. If it was only going to be about sex, it should have been very explicit there. Yeah. So helping you or being by you to meet your sexual needs in marriage is just one of the things that a woman should do, not everything. One of the reasons why some men push down women is because of a picture they have in their mind of women. If you get it right before you get married, it makes a world of difference. Yeah. Haven't you noticed that the guy who knows how to take care of a woman, who speaks to women well, who, renders help and care, women gravitate towards them? Yeah. And not all of them abuse women for gravitating towards them or take advantage of them. Some they just well brought up. Let me put it that way. Praise God. How do you activate your power of recognition? So let's discuss some things to look out for when seeking a spouse. Activating your power of recognition. One is that you need a sense of someone with a sense of accountability. I'm just going to give, a gamut of stuff. I know one or two of them will resonate with you and stay with you to define a scope for you when you're thinking about recognition. A sense of accountability. Somebody with a sense of accountability. So he or she must have a sense of accountability and have certain accountability structures around their life. When Adam saw, for instance, maybe the way the e-goat was straying all over the place and just distributing all over the place. You know the way they do. Adam said, this one is e-goat. And this one beside it must be she-goat. So heard certain characteristics, certain things about the dog. Then he said, this is dog. Yeah. When you see someone without any sense of accountability, nobody can call them to order. Free spirit, free radical. Tell yourself, this is not husband material or wife material. Yeah. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyone that is like a dog without a leash, nobody, no restraining factor. Nobody can pull them in. Nobody can rein them in. That's a danger going somewhere to happen. And you need to be careful. We're talking about recognizing, how do you exercise your power of recognition? Or how do you activate your power of recognition? Accountability is key. Another one I want to talk about is a sense of boundary. A sense of boundary. When you see somebody that lacks a sense of boundary around a few issues, maybe like around sex or their financial life or the way they just behave generally, no sense of boundary. You just met someone and within 1 or 2 days, the person's already invading your privacy and getting into your space without invitation. Yeah. Let your power of recognition don't allow anything to override it. Don't allow the good look to override it. If you allow the good to override it, you will override many more things and the person will become your cross to carry. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah. So, you must look out for a sense of boundary. Sexual boundary. When did we meet that you already wanted to touch somewhere? Yeah. From where to where? Must handshake always go? This person lacks a sense of sexual boundary. Or physical boundary, as the case may be. Yeah. Somebody that we're just trying to just be friends. You're already passing your bills to me. You don't have a sense of financial boundary. Yeah. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. And you should have a sense of financial boundary. To know that my salary for now is different from your salary. Yeah. And I want to see how accountable you are with what God has given you. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. It's very, very important. And behavioral boundary. People who just talk anyhow. Talk anyhow. Not able to manage space. Yeah. You know, let me not get there. You know, you are in a setting, maybe like you're hanging out, or maybe you're in a party. Yeah. They brought food. They said, which one do you want? They said, okay, jollof rice will be good. You know, that they brought jollof rice. Now, they now brought your own coconut rice. And the person is saying, this coconut rice too is not bad. Though. Can you put it here? Go and get another one for him. Put this one. Put this one here. Before you know, am I not the one that invited you to this party? So, it's my friend's party now. I mean, you don't know this person before. I was the one that brought you. And before you know it, he has 3 plates in front of him. Yeah. Whether it's a man or a woman, there's something, a sense of boundary as per behavioral boundary that is lacking. Yeah. And those are not things that you should just overlook. So the person also must be born again, but with a caveat. Born again with signs following. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. With signs following. This is not just he goes to church and or she goes to church, she's born again. She ties scarf or she carries big Bible. You know, that's not what we're talking about. Born again with signs following. And by signs following, I'm talking about, does he or she exhibit the fruits of the Spirit? Because the Bible talks about the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, self-control, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, patience. Those are the real signs of being in Christ. If a man is in Christ, the Bible says all things are passed away, all things have become new. Yeah. And Jesus said, I am the vine and you are the branch. And you can't exist except you are in me.
Thank you for listening. We hope you were truly blessed. Please feel free to email us at info@elevationg.org for all inquiries or to share any testimonies. You can also follow us on our social media channels @ElevationNG to have access to real-time updates on all broadcasts and special programs. Till we come your way again, keep making greatness common.